limiting our turnovers will give us the best chance as far as just one thing to change. It's tough, especially when you go on the road, to turn the ball over the way we've been doing it. It would be, if I had the magic wand, that'd be the one thing we could fix that would give us the best chance of getting a win. I think Houston, they had control of most of that game. We made a nice run in the third quarter, but that's a really good team. The other ones, I feel like we had our shots at winning, and we didn't get the job done at some point, some stretch of the game for whatever reason, and that's where we're at, and we got a tough road trip coming up. So it's not going to get any easier for us, but that's an exciting challenge to see how we can respond and how we can fight and grind out of this to get our next win.
What do you think Lonzo is mentally right now? He had a tough game the other night.
He's probably where most rookies are. You have great games, you have some subpar games, and then you have just some average games. So it's I think for the position that he's playing as a 20-year-old point guard rookie in the NBA, he's doing a much better job than I think most players could do, and that's going back at different players throughout the last 10 years, whatever you want to call it. I think he's handling himself very well. He's got a lot of off the court stuff that most rookies don't have to worry about, and he's starting as the point guard for the LA Lakers. And there's not a harder position to learn in this league. There's not a harder position to play. It's got the most responsibility, and I think he's doing a very good job of handling that.
Was he limited at all today with the Cavs?
Was he what?
Limited at all today with
No,
the
he
Cavs?
practiced in full.
You just mentioned those turnovers. How much are the turnovers just careless, and how much are you seeing the guys trying so hard to do the right thing?
Yeah, it's both. It is, and so the careless ones, those are the ones we need to fix. The ones where they're trying to do the right thing and they're trying to push the pace and make the extra pass for their teammates. Those are ones for now we're still willing to live with, but it's the careless ones. It's the catch on top of the floor and take 3 steps before you dribble the ball. Turnovers that we've got to get rid of. It's the turnovers and transition that we have to get rid of. So we emphasized it again today in practice. We put a little penalty run on turnovers that happened during the scrimmage, and we're going to just keep, like everything else, we're going to keep working on it and getting better at it.
What is the penalty run entail?
It's just extra running at the end of the scrimmage for turnovers.
Like how far are we talking? I don't really like to run very far, so I'm curious.
Yeah, not just suicides per turnover.
Per player or team?
Per group, per unit.
It looked at various points this season when Lonzo's had some of those off-court distractions with his dad or his brother in China, whatever it was. You said you would check in with him and just make sure he's doing all right. Have you done that in the last couple of days, kind of with the latest stuff with his brother in UCLA?
Well, we're always checking in with not only him but all of our players, and he seems to be all right. We got a long flight tomorrow, so we're here for Zoe when he needs us, and I think he knows that. Part of that is us building the trust with him, and I would expect if he wanted to talk about something, he'd feel comfortable talking to us about it.
So far, has he needed you? Has he had to do any of this?
No.
At any point?
When you're working on turnovers and basic basketball stuff with these guys, and you have a young group that you're still trying to develop, obviously you're gauging the season by different metrics than other teams. So what does success look like for you guys?
Success for us, is how we compete, the effort that we give, mainly on the defensive end was kind of our theme from the start of the season. And are we giving ourselves a chance to win with how hard we play? Those are some of the major things. And you can obviously break it down to smaller details of, how many passes a game do we get, as far as this type of offense we want to play and sharing the ball with teammates. But the main ones with us consist of the effort, the consistent effort, and the defensive, the mindset of being a good defensive team.
Where are they, say, this year at this time?
They're doing pretty well. They're doing. They're further ahead than I would have thought. Obviously, there's some slippage now that we're getting into, 20-plus games in the season, and practice time is limited, and guys are starting to mentally and physically fatigue a little bit. But that's part of what we have to go through as a young group to get better and learn what that feels like and learn how to push through that. Obviously, on a losing streak right now. Learn how to come together instead of splinter to get out of that. And those are things that are tough challenges, but when you figure them out, you're stronger and better for it on the other side. Yeah, Cade practicing forwards. I didn't know he was hurt. He was one of our better players today. He was winning the running races. He was good.
How do you prep the team when you talk to them? You kind of alluded to it the other night with the stretch you guys have coming up. You play well and probably going to lose some games. How do you prep them for that?
I made him aware of the fact we got a really hard East Coast stretch coming up, and not just this East Coast trip, but then we come home and through the new year, really. I mean, it's a beast, and that challenge is there in front of us, no matter how we look at it. So we could either look at it as this daunting task that scares us, or we can go in and say, look, let's push it and see how far we can, see how good we can do, if we can come together, if we can fight through these, if we can get wins, all those little small goals within the game. There's all sorts of success and accomplishments to be had within that, and. I think, like I said before, you get through this month and you feel good about how you're playing and the way you're competing, win or lose, we should be a better team for it and a stronger team. Or it could beat us down, and now we're down and out afterwards. But I don't think that's what our group's going to do.
Is it hard to get players to not use the final score of a game as a metric of how well?
It's harder. It definitely helps the final score. As far as reinforcing how you want to feel because of the work that you're putting in. But that's our job as coaches, to make them realize that they're succeeding and getting better, even when, right now with 5 straight losses, there's still a lot of things that they're doing much better right now than we were at the beginning of the season. There's some things that we're not, and those are things we have to kind of balance, what we want to focus on and where we're getting better, and then look at the practice plan and say, all right, we got to get better at this, and this. Let's donate this much time to that, and we have to keep getting better at these things we're good at. So let's give this much practice time to those items, and that's kind of the way we break down each practice set.